Attention. This is a Code Ninja security advisory. We're tracking a live threat right now, designated CVE 2026-21513. Your immediate focus is absolutely required.
Okay, our briefing today is broken down into 4 phases. We'll kick things off with the critical alert, then we'll initiate a comms check, move into a deep dive on the threat protocol, and wrap up with a mission debrief. Stick to the protocol.
And let's be crystal clear about something. This is not a drill. This is a live fire exercise. The stuff I'm about to tell you is happening right now, so the window for just testing things, that's closed. We are in full-on remediation mode.
Right. Phase 1, the critical alert. We are tracking a 0-day. And for all of you in the field, you know exactly what that means. The bad guys had a key to the door before we even knew the lock was broken.
So the threat is officially CVE 2026-21513. It's a security feature bypass vulnerability in Microsoft's mshtml framework. But here's the real kicker, the critical intel. This is not some theoretical problem. It is being actively exploited in the wild, right now. The adversary isn't just planning an attack, they are in the middle of one.
So let's put a number on the risk here. The CVSS score is an 8.8. That plants it firmly in the high severity category. Do not make any mistake about it. This is a significant, serious threat to your infrastructure.
And you really need to pay attention to the type of vulnerability we're up against. This is a protection mechanism failure. What does that mean? It means the very safeguards you rely on, the warning prompts, the sandboxes are completely useless. An attacker can just bypass them. So they aren't picking a lock here. They're walking straight through the wall.
Okay, that brings us to Phase 2. We're going to pause right here to initiate a communications check. It is absolutely critical that all operators establish a secure link and acknowledge receipt of this advisory.
Here is the protocol. First, subscribe. This establishes your secure comms link so you get real-time intel as it drops. Second, hit the like button. That's your acknowledgement, your ACK, that you have received this advisory. And third, comment. Report your patch status. Let us know if you're patched or still vulnerable. This helps us build a threat census and map the true blast radius. Time is critical. Proceed.
Comms check complete. Good. Moving to Phase 3, the threat protocol. Now we're going to get into the weeds, analyzing the blast radius, the attack vectors, and your defense directives.
You have to understand the timeline here. Before February 10th, this was a shadow war. Threat actors were using this exploit silently. Then, boom, disclosure day. Microsoft drops the patch, and CISA immediately flags it as a known exploited vulnerability. And ever since that moment, it's been a flat-out race between us, the defenders, and them, the attackers.
Now, these are the primary ways they're getting in. Attackers are using malicious HTML files and specially crafted shortcut files delivered through the usual suspects, phishing emails, malicious downloads. And the whole goal is to bypass Windows's built-in warnings, things like Mark of the Web and SmartScreen, so they can execute their code without setting off any alarms.
So what is this mshtml thing anyway? Well, think of it like the ghost of Internet Explorer. Yeah, the browser's dead and gone, but its old rendering engine, called Trident, still haunts the deep, dark corners of Windows for legacy compatibility. And just like any ghost in the machine, it's leaving doors open for attackers. And now let's look at the blast radius. This is not just some old legacy system problem. This thing affects everything from Windows Server 2012 all the way up to the very latest builds of Windows 11 and the upcoming Server 2025. The takeaway here is simple. If you are running Windows and you are unpatched, you are vulnerable. Period.
The US government has put its foot down on this one. CISA has officially added the CVE to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog. That means they've issued a mandate. All federal agencies must apply the patch by March 3rd. Listen, when the government sets a hard deadline like that, you know the threat is absolutely credible and extremely severe. Okay, these are your immediate defense directives. Follow them in this exact order. Priority 1, patch, now. Deploy the February 2026 security updates. This is the only true fix. If for some reason you can't patch immediately, you move to Priority 2, reduce your attack vectors. Start blocking .html and .lnk files at your email and web gateways. And finally, Priority 3, harden your systems. Enforce attack surface reduction rules to limit these risky file types. Execute these steps without delay.
All right, let's move into our final phase, the mission debrief and sign-off.
We're going to cover the white hat code here, and I'll give you your final directive.
Now, you might be asking yourself why we're making this advisory so public. Let me be perfectly clear. At this point, secrecy only protects the attackers. The threat is already out there, in the wild. Our code, the white hat code, dictates that we arm the community with the intelligence it needs to fortify its own perimeters. We don't hide when the enemy's already inside the gates.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one simple question. Your perimeter is under active threat from a known weaponized exploit. It is not a matter of if you are a target, but when you'll be hit. So the only question that matters right now is this: have you initiated your remediation protocols?
Stay secure.